Welcome to this episode of the Comedy Defect podcast. My name's Winter, I'm a comedian, and this is my show. If you're new to the show, welcome. If you're old to the show, welcome back, guys. Thank you for tuning in at the end of January's podcast. I hope you had a nice end of year break and you started the year with a slow ramp up. Don't look at the mountain, just chip away. Focus 3 feet in front of you. Or if you can't do 3 feet, try 2 feet. Can't do 1 foot, just, you know what I mean? Just focus as much as you can on little things, incremental change. Don't try and do everything, because that's what I did at the end of the year. Last year, I hit a wall. I'm telling myself, I hit a wall. I was trying to remaster all the podcasts and I exhausted myself, so I couldn't do anything. I was angry. My wife was like, Winter, what are you doing? Stop being an idiot. You're trying to do everything. And the great thing about doing comedy is you can really focus on something and get completely obsessed and absorbed into something. But that's also the bad thing too, because you don't know when to stop. And if you place a reward at the end of the work when the job is finished, that's fine when the job can be finished. But when something like comedy, you put a reward at the end of your comedy career, you'll never finish. So you will never stop working. And that is a blessing and a curse. But so you need to just give yourself little rewards now and then to show that, you like yourself and you just want to continue. And so it inspires you and motivates you. This is basic, I know, but I don't know, maybe I'm the only one that forgets it. But I'm just telling you guys as well as myself. I'm just going to put myself a little reward after I've done something that I feel is worthy of it, rather than put it at the very end and kind of be a masochist and hurt myself. And that's the same with the year. Exercise, all those things. Everyone's like, going right, new year, new me. Okay, let's go for it. Let's do all this stuff. I'm not going to give myself a reward because I do not deserve it. I hate myself that much. That's what people do, I think. That's what I do sometimes. Well, I used to. I'm getting over it. That's my New Year's resolution, to not be such a masochist. That's what it is. I think that's what everyone should do. Take a break. Enjoy yourself. Life is about enjoying it, right? Now, this podcast, you can follow us on Instagram at Winter Dominus. You can follow us on Facebook. You can go there and like the page, which is The Comedy Defect, or join the Facebook group, which is The Comedy Defect Podcast, same name. Now, if you like this podcast, you want to donate, you can go to Patreon, type in The Comedy Defect Podcast, and donate as much or as little as you want. Enough to buy me a coffee or a beer if you fancied it, or you can see me at gigs and place the money into my hand. That's happened. It's been nice. I really appreciate it, guys. I've been blessed with guests on this podcast, and this episode is no different. Look, I went to Paul Pirie's house with his greyhound Kiva, and we did the podcast. It was great. It was really fun. Kiva was a brilliant guest, riffing all the time. Paul was good too. We had such a fun time doing this podcast, and we talked about comedy, talked about what Paul does and what he's been doing and what he will be doing in the future, and some of the stuff he didn't want to talk about because it hasn't happened yet, but that's cool. But we had a lot of fun, and I say I've been blessed with guests, and may that continue to happen. I've got a couple of guests that are coming on later on in the year, which I've been trying to get on the podcast for ages, and it's one of those ones where it's like, it's so good. It's so good. For me, I will probably, even if I don't release it, I will keep listening back to it for the little tips in comedy that were given out during that podcast. It was brilliant. Hold on for that. I'll tell you which one that is later on in the year. This is episode 69 with Scottish Comedian of the Year 2006, the rubber-faced clown, Paul Pirie. Paul Pirie, welcome to the Comedy Defect. So how you doing, man?
Thank you, I'm very well. Yeah. Just sitting having coffee, dressed as a chicken. So just because nobody could see what we look like.
As I saw you, it's about 2 months ago.
That's right. And where was it again?
The really nice room above a hotel in Christchurch.
That's it. Yeah. That's lovely.
It was nice, man.
Lovely place as well.
Surprisingly nice as well, wasn't it? It was very nice. So what have you been doing since? Anything fun or exciting?
I was fortunate that the next day I was in Bournemouth, which basically is Christchurch, so that was good.
Oh yeah, you stayed over, didn't you? That's right.
That's right. I've been out to where was I? Sweden.
Oh yeah, nice.
For Joe Egan's gig. I think his name is Joe Egan. That was good fun.
Canadian guy.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was good. That was good fun. Where did I go? You go Sweden, Denmark, and then you go back to Malmo. You're doing it for international people, but they all speak English better than we do. That was good fun. So I was out there for a few days. Got back, been to Glasgow, went back and did a few Scotland gigs. It's great going back to Scotland and being able to speak a bit quicker.
Yeah, totally.
That was
get
good
more
fun.
Material out.
Yeah, get the old stuff out. Here we go. Go fast now.
Add a second to third. Oh, we're into fifth now.
There we go. But the problem is, when I get back home, nobody understands me again because you just relax because you're Irish.
I have the same problem. Like, I've been kind of letting it go recently. I'm like, oh fuck it, I just want to talk how I talk, and then they'll get more jokes anyway.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes if I did a gig the other night, and it was only like I was just hoping I'd do a 10-minute spot for this new material night. I said, fuck it, I'm just gonna let it go. And I felt about 7 minutes, they went, we just can't keep up anymore. And so the end of it, they're like, oh, we're exhausted. I was like, okay, look, I'll slow it down. I'll do some one-liners so you can just get some laughter towards the end. Because, you know, just give them a break. But yeah, the same, man. It was just, I thought, but it's so frustrating though, because you want to fucking give them more than what they're getting, you know?
Because when you relax on stage, when you're kind of going off script and you're excited and it's coming out naturally, you go into your natural tongue, don't you? And that's when sometimes the best stuff comes out, but they don't understand it because you're going another hang, you know, and that's when it gets a bit crazy. But when I moved here,
because you're from where exactly?
Dundee. Scumdee. Born and inbred. I'm my own dad. I learned to slow down, and what I did is I did about a month in Edinburgh. I think it was 2009. Just under the radar show. Didn't want to get it reviewed or anything.
What was the name of your show?
It was called I Pity the Fool. I Pity the Fool. And or was it called Let Us Pity? I can't remember now because I did two. But that one was just to learn to focus on the audience and learn how to speak slower. So I'd speak to the audience like they were school kids in a primary school, and to get rid of anything that was Scottish in my act, because I didn't want to go down to England when I moved down here in 2009. I didn't want to be another Scottish comedian. I just wanted to be a comedian who just happens to be Scottish, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Talk about something Holstein, talking really fast and all that kind of stuff, and people don't understand what you're talking about gadgets and all. And so I learned to just really slow down, and I'll mention I'm Scottish because the audience will go, and when you walk on stage, audiences want to figure out what you are at first. So when you speak, they're going, it sounds funny. Tell them you're Scottish, and then you can get on with your...
They don't have any more questions for, like, you just answer the first few questions, go, box, that's the word.
Now we know where it's from.
Period of Fool, I love that. Do you know, I was looking through some old photographs, because I put together my show this year, and it's just like a story show about where I'm from and where I went to back and trace the roots sort of thing. And I was one when I was about 5, and I've got a B.A. Baraka pyjamas on. I'm like, fucking hell, you just can't get away from it. Do you have anything like that, a t-shirt and with that?
I have the figures. Do you know this? I've got a jacket not that long ago. It's very similar to, what was the guy who went mad? Murdoch. Yeah,
Murdoch, yeah.
I've got a couple of pilot jackets.
Right, nice.
And I've got some chinos and Converse. That's it. I'll get the baseball cap on.
Get the aviators on as well.
Aviators
too, man. The whole works, nice. Yeah. How many shows have you taken up to the Fringe?
This makes me sound old, but I've been doing the Fringe, not just with comedy. The first one I ever done at Edinburgh was, when was it? 1993, 94. God, that was years ago, man.
Wow, fucking hell.
Yeah, I did a play called Workies. The next year we did another kind of theatre production or something. Then it was always theatre. Then 1998 we did theatre, and then I didn't do it for a while. Then I did a very strange show called Voidoido in 2000, and I used to call it One to Voidoido because it wasn't a very good... It's a good show, it just got bad reviews.
So it was a play though. What was it?
It was a play.
What was the review? What was it like?
I think, Julius, I can't remember. It was in the Scotsman as well. Although the list gave it 3 stars, but I think the guy who wrote it knew the guy from the list. And
it's the way it goes though, isn't it? Sometimes. Anyway. So the
it was live music in it. And it was about there wasn't much in the way of a set, but it was about computers, and it was very weird. I just did it because I got paid, and
happy days, paid Fringe.
Exactly, you know. And the Gilded Balloon, we kept getting moved venue because a lot of other acts were complaining because the music was too loud because it was live music. Yeah. And I used to, when I was trying to sell it, I was going, Voidoido, 4 stars away from a 5-star review, because we had to keep getting the numbers in to make the money, you know.
Yeah, totally. But you move rooms, so that's nice to play of all the rooms in the Gilded Balloon, is it?
Yeah, but that was by accident, and then they ended up just sticking us in the Three Sisters upstairs in a different time slot because everybody was complaining about
the noise police.
Because it was a band called Gorilla, who were band from, I think it was Hastings, and they were awesome. The music was amazing. They were an awesome band, I think they're still going, actually. Like, the drummer would smash the drums and everything like that, and the guitarist would jump in the audience and shoot them with his guitar, and the bass player was this beautiful kind of hippie chick that just played bass fucking really cool and stuff like that. And then there was a play in between it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was got the energy up, and then the play kind of happened.
But the band was nothing to do with the play.
Yeah.
Every so often you'd go, and then I went into the computer, I don't know what to do, but what about you? And then and this band would play for 5 minutes.
Great, that's kind of goon show, isn't it?
It's very weird show.
And so you started in 94, or when did you start?
When did I start comedy?
Yeah.
2004 in Dundee. I used to do a quiz. Me and my mate, a guy called Paul Dundee, who sadly passed last year. He was an actor, I was an actor. We liked being funny, we were just funny guys anyway. The pub across from the Rep Theatre in Dundee were wanting to do a quiz, and they wanted a couple of hosts. So we said, we'll do it, but can we do it our way? So we just came out with this great idea of doing, like, acting in the quiz, and we'd do physical stuff. The opening of this is just a normal pub quiz, you've got a ticket in your...
What the fuck? Okay, right, for the listener, I have a Virgin Media Incredible Entertainment Brilliantly Connected Broadband advertisement in my hood. I didn't even know, like, that is some serious advertising, right? I mean, you weren't ever not going to see that, were
That's
you?
mental.
Wow.
Because I suffer from anxiety, right?
Whoa.
Which we all do.
Well, that was annoying.
I just went, you were speaking about something, because I get nervous and I speak too fast, and I'm going, and then another thing, we did this plane, oh my god, you've got a card on the back of your hood. You know?
That's random, man.
Is that been in there the whole time?
I think it must have been, man.
I'm going to keep it back.
I'm going to put it there. That's supposed to be there. It's a conversation piece, you know.
But you must have been walking about with that in your head.
Unless some fucking cheeky Virgin Media person saw me walking down the street and went, oh, this guy doesn't know what the fuck's going on, put it in the back of my hood. And then, like, I'm just so spatially aware.
Do you know what's even funnier? All you see is that from any angle. All you see is the word virgin.
Oh, maybe.
You know,
maybe I was looking for business. Maybe I was looking for business in your area. But look, to be fair,
all they'll hear is a Catholic accent and think, "Oh, look, he's found God." You know,
he's definitely not virgin now at this stage. Come on,
well, look at your face cushion. That's got spunk on it and everything.
I mean, that's why it's stuck to the hood. I'm sure.
That's funny. I wonder if that's even where it came from. You went in, so is that from your house?
It must be from my house, man. But, like, I mean, my letterbox isn't that high. I'm not that short, right?
You're tiny. That's what it is.
I'm not even that fucking short. I mean, like,
I'm going to stereotype, but you are a leprechaun.
Oh,
that is funny.
Right, okay. But that's mad, because the letterbox is up higher. How the fuck did that? Anyway, this is a very strange thing to happen. If you got Virgin Media broadband,
I do. Well, I do. Yeah. So I've got a phone. Chinty.
Yeah.
What?
Chintai.
If somebody just tuned in, they think we were racist. Chintai, Chinty.
Yeah, I mean, it's a shame it doesn't have an actual area code on that. It's just got a mobile, because then we'd know exactly what
let's give everybody the mobile. Right, so if you want to broadband, Chinty, phone 0787 265 3913. I'm going to do it in my advert voice. Incredibly entertaining, brilliantly connected. Get all the entertainment you love, TV, broadband, phone and great value mobile SIM with one of our bundles. Pick 2, 3 or all 4. There you go, you've got an advert now.
That's a freebie, right? That's a freebie for the Virgin Media.
Yeah.
They can have that, right?
Phone that number, abuse them. Tell them to stop doing things in people's hoods.
They must have recognised me and said, oh, that's the guy does a podcast. That's in the back of his hood.
Boys in hood.
You do ads as well then? You're an actor, you do adverts?
I have done radio ads and I did TV ads.
Oh yeah, what have you done? What's the okay, we'll start with the funnest. What's the funnest one you've done so far?
I don't like doing any of them. I love them.
Please give me more. It's money.
Give me them. I did IKEA advert, women versus men.
Right.
I was there. It was on telly. I
guess it was a draw?
No, it wasn't. It was a drawer.
Hey, back in the country.
It was money. I did.
And then guess, was there an Allen key involved?
No, there wasn't. Couldn't find it. What else did we do?
It was put together wrong and they had to redo it.
Yeah, I had to redo it and all that stuff. We had to write jokes about it and then do it in front of a live audience, and then they recorded all our jokes. It fucking took forever. Yeah. And what they used was the outtakes, because we said, can we just make up stuff, because the audience are getting really bored. We've been here for about 12 hours, so they kept all the stuff we ad-libbed.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, well, not the sweary bits.
Yeah.
You know, but that was shit. Good, and then there's some good shit, man.
So, like, when you did the gigs in Sweden, you might recognise me from...
You might, yeah.
IKEA.
I'm one of your guys. You know? Was it IKEA, Sweden's meatballs and...
Hot tubs as well, is it?
Hot tubs. What's her name? Sven Goran Eriksson.
Yeah, and Ulrika Johnson.
And then to combine them together.
Wow, that's a fucking hideous mix.
That is weird, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's
they're not poster childs for.
No, that.
I mean,
in a sense, if somebody said to me, "What's IKEA?" and you go, "Well, can you imagine Sven Goran Eriksson, fucking Ulrika Johnson having a baby?" That's what IKEA would be, you know.
Oh no.
You know, it's a bit fucked up with good meatballs.
Oh wow.
But the rest of it with candles.
Yeah, that's a before or after meal. Is it before? Is it a meal? But yeah, wow.
I don't. She's had his meatballs in her face.
Hey,
come on.
Yeah, was it so? So you did. So you've done that adverts and stuff. What's the worst one you've ever done? Apart is the IKEA one the best?
I don't know. They're not really. They're not good or bad. They're just.
Only thinking makes it so.
Yeah, they're just. One of them was I did radio adverts, and do you know the give up smoking, it's bad for you, all that kind of stuff, and I did a Doritos ad, but they're just ads.
Yeah,
they're just give me money. I'm skin. I've got to pay for a mortgage. You know, so they wouldn't. I don't brag about them, but I don't go, oh my god, what have I done to my life?
No, you're not selling out. It's just like. It's just a voice, aren't you?
Yeah, it's just a voice, or you're just.
I wasn't even like putting that idea. I wasn't going. You're not selling out. I'm just saying. I'm just saying because we all like money. Like we got to fucking survive, right?
It couldn't. People could say I've sold out. But
I know that's not what.
I know exactly because I wouldn't do. I wouldn't do an advert for the KKK. You know what I mean?
Of course, you pick and choose your.
I'm dyslexic, you know, I didn't realise I was racist for a while. But I wouldn't. You know, there's morals, but there's also I have children and a family. You know,
that's it.
And if it's not. I wouldn't walk about going. By the way, I'm the one that you see on telly on that advert. But again, I wouldn't go. No.
No, that's people. It. What was the one you just was like, oh, what the fuck is this shit? Come on, look at this script. It's terrible.
There was one for a window company, and they wrote jokes. I can't remember the jokes, but see, this is me taking back what I've just said. I did say, can I change these jokes? I don't want people to think they're mine. You know, I can't even remember the jokes, but at one point there was a bit when they wanted tumbleweed. So because it was the radio, you had not everything was funny or something like that, and then they had what they thought was really funny punchline, and you're going, I can't say that, I can't put any effort in it because it's shit. Yeah, you know, let me change it, or let me just at least make it sound like I'm doing a groany joke, and I know it's a groany joke because I've got to go on stage tonight, and if somebody hears that thing and thinks that's what I'm going to be associated with, that's different.
To be fair, it's a window company, right?
Yeah.
So it's pretty obscure, isn't it? They didn't have your name at the end of it. Paul Pirie says this joke.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Welcome to stage, Paul Pirie.
Oh, where's that guy with the shit jokes?
Yeah, window jokes. Oh, I've heard it all before. See, I can see right to the punchline. That's it. All this kind of really fucking terrible.
And
stuff.
I did turn down an advert. It was quite decent money actually, but I did turn it down. I think it was for it was for a beer company. I won't tell you who they are, but they probably are the best beer company in the world.
Budweiser, isn't it?
Yeah,
Budweiser,
that's the one.
That's it,
and it was something about it was about when the World Cup was out, or the Europeans, and I had to wear this England top and say something about England, and I think it was genuinely penciled in because they'd seen another advert I'd done and wanted me to do this, and I just said I can't. And this isn't anything to do with race or anything because I've created an English woman. I just thought it would be detrimental for me going back to Scotland doing gigs because you can't have me with an England top on.
I know what you're saying. It's you're not from there.
No,
you can't wear that. You can't wear that. You can't wear the Union Jack. You can't get Union Jack pants, which is fair. Yeah. Or any of that stuff is like, I don't feel right wearing that.
If it was for a part in a play or if it was for a TV series, 100% I'd wear an England top with an English person. But if you see an advert, people don't see you as a character.
Yeah.
You know, people outside the industry they'll just see that, or if somebody knew me, go, what's Paul Pirie doing with an England top on? And you know, or people don't know me, they just automatically think that I'm into the English football team. And with comedy, because the advert would probably be shown quite a lot. With comedy, you'd think, I'm going to be known as an England supporter if it becomes popular. So I took the moral ground and said no.
Yeah, that's it.
You know,
I bet it was good money for that though.
Oh, it was good money.
Very good money. That's
put it this way: we'd be sitting in a different house, and I'd be swimming right now.
Jesus.
You know?
Yeah. So you started in 2004, and you did acting, of course, to start with in 1994. Oh, the quiz. You said.
The quiz.
Yeah.
Yes. So Paul Dundee, God rest his soul, lovely gentleman. We decided to come out with this idea for a quiz. The opening would be really loud music, and then we'd walk in slow motion with tuxedos on, and everybody just turn around with their pens and papers just looking at us. And with different openings, we'd have one when we came on with springs on our feet and we'd bounce through the room. One time Paul dressed up as a big banana and he lay on the ground. No, I lay on the ground in the middle of the floor, and he walked in as a banana and then slipped on me and was going, the irony. And then we'd sit down, and the first round would be a film round, and we'd have some normal questions in there, but most of it would be just us mucking about. Like the first question, what film's this from? I'd have a box on my head with a hole in it, and I'd drink just some juice, and I'd make it look like my head was spinning round, and I would spit on Paul, and I'd go, repeat that question, and it would be from The Exorcist. Paul was really big. He was a very heavy set gentleman, and I would halfway through this quiz just start to pretend I was getting really angry, and then I would just rip my shirt off, and then I would go behind the speakers, and then Paul would appear as me, green, pretending to be the Hulk and run into the audience and all that kind of stuff. And the music round, he can't play music and I couldn't play music, but he bought a drum set, and I'd have the guitar and he'd be playing the drums badly, and you had to guess what music it was. And just from that, and then we'd get audience members up, and I would do bits of jokes, and I'd have to write a new set every day, just to every week, because we would do something about the news. And from that, somebody said, I'm doing comedy, do you want to go up and do 5 minutes? And then it just kind of spiraled from that. That's how I got into stand-up, but I always wanted to do comedy because I'm stereotype, just funny at school, very thick. You know what I mean?
Just bored shitless in the front class, like, oh god, what the fuck am I learning this shit for? The first gig then was fine because you already had the training, I guess.
Yeah, I had theatre training, so I had the stage presence was fine, projection fine, timing was great because I'd done theatre before. Material, that's the thing, you know, that's what you got to learn. So there'd be guys that'd be starting out with the open spots, and they'd have really good material, but they didn't sell it very well. So sometimes I would look like I was the funnier on the bill, just not got the better material. There's other guys that have brilliant material, but I don't want to sound like a big head. No. But
you'd out charisma them, like you'd outshine them because of your the rest of the other skills. So I would, because you can polish a turd. I'm sorry, I'm just like that's what that's
very true.
It's you're like, oh my god, look at this. They don't have any. They just the audience like them so much because they're already got all the other stuff in place. Yeah, and they trust you, and they trust you.
There's other guys that were brilliant at right, because my opening, opening line, right. I would go on stage, and this is how long ago it was. I'd go on stage with a big bag of crisps, and I would just go up to the microphone and I would pop them so it would make a loud bang. And my opening line was the last thing Jill Dando heard. You know what I mean? That was because you think darkness when you first open, because you're nervous, you think shock tactic. Yeah. And I would come, I'd pour. Fuck, this is really bad. Why am I telling you this? I would go on with
it's great.
I'd get white cream like conditioner, and I would cover it. I would walk on stage and it'd be dripping. I'm standing up now. It'd be dripping on me, and if I was MCing like shitty nights, I would walk on, just the stuff would be dripping on me, and I'd go my thank you, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I'd like to thank you for coming all over me. You know what I mean? Really shit. I'd have a jacket with one sleeve missing. I'd go, like the new jacket, 75% off. And then I would turn around, the sleeve would be gone, and you know.
But it's fun, isn't it? It's like you know that you're going to go all out to please them.
Oh yeah, because you're scared of silence. You're scared of when you first start out, because you've only got 5 minutes. You just jokes. I mean, I was doing. I didn't like the break, so I didn't know how to do the so once upon a time when I woke up, and now, because I've been going long enough, you enjoy the quiet moments just to let the audience calm down, explain or tell a story. But before it used to have to be gag.
Yeah, just get drill them.
Yeah,
that's it. Like machine gun the
and trying to write loads of them is good ones is really hard. I mean, you've got your Milton Jones, your Tim Vine, Stuart Francis, all these guys like fucking geniuses at it. Yeah. And then you don't know what comic you are. You go, am I joke comic? Am I physical comic? Am I a
improviser?
Am I fucking political? And then you just think, oh, let's just cram them all in. That's what I do now. Just cram it in. Just I'll do some jokes. I'll do some improv. I won't do anything political because I don't have time. So it's kind of like a Swiss Army knife.
It slows it down, doesn't it? Really, I think sometimes you do. People go, oh, very thoughtful. Oh, okay, and is this? Oh, we know who you are now. Now this is your. Oh, okay. Now we've got to rethink.
And everything. there's comics that are
better at it.
Way too good at that. Yeah. Brilliant, amazing. Some of my favourite comics are like Ian Stone and is amazing. Alistair Barry, how he can come out with all that stuff all the time is amazing. I just on the circuit could never do that. You know, I could if I wrote anything about Theresa May, there'd be a fart involved, and then a dragon, you know what I mean, and something weird, and it wouldn't even be about her. It'd be about completely another Theresa May because I'm not political in the slightest. That's that covered. I'm doing that nervous thing when I'm getting all itchy. I'm even got an itch.
You're gonna go away and come back in with like some fucking conditioner in your hair.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for coming. I'll see you later. Watch out for Jill Dando.
Hey, I'm gonna get my crisps out. I've got the perfect moment for this. No, but because you do a lot of you do a lot of improv and stuff on stage. You talk quickly, have fun. You touch the audience as well. Above the neck, isn't it? You know?
I thought you meant as in that they feel all emotional.
Oh, that too.
No, I'm kidding. You touched the audience.
That was my next thing I was going to say. It was a very emotional performance. But yeah, so you're like, when was that moment of like, if you went, oh, that's it, because you felt free enough to do that.
I think there was always a slight. What's the word I'm looking for?
Did you get annoyed?
It's not renegade. What's the word I'm looking for? Rebelliousness. Because I was told, must stand with the microphone in front of you and use the mic. And then I think, well, no, I want to move about.
Yeah.
Just because I'm not going to name this comic because he's kind of a friend. I haven't seen him in a while. But he was always saying, oh, stay on stage, don't go off stage because you're ruining the illusion of what comedy is. And I thought, I'm not a Nazi. I want to break out of that. I want to run in. Sometimes I'll sit for 5 minutes with the audience having a conversation with them watching an empty stage.
Yeah.
And now and again I'll get somebody else up to. It's about the moment. It's about making everybody involved in. Because I haven't got the skill or the patience or the talent to just live on my material and delivering some comedy genius. So what I have to do is I've got to sell it and I've got to make it a nice night and I've got to make people enjoy themselves. So what I'll do is spontaneously sometimes, if you plan it, I don't think it'll work because you go, right, I'm gonna swing from there, I'm gonna take his toupee off, I'm gonna sit with them, I'm gonna use the curtains as a Shakespeare moment. I think if it just comes to you spontaneously, because you're on that roll anyway, you know it's going to work, and it's fun.
Totally.
You know,
it's I say your stuff is kinetic. It's like I love it when I MC. I love just like I've got an idea, thought of an idea. Okay, I know where it's going to go, but it's going to come in there somewhere tonight. And it's going to be fun. I know it is. I'm coming to that moment, or there's a couple of moments I'm going to weave together. And like your stuff is like sort of like I mean, if you know what I'm saying, it's more. It's like an MC on acid, and it's fun. But it's like not just saying that's not derogatory at all. It's really fun and like in the moment, and you slide jokes in. There's no when you see there's no transition.
Yeah,
it's like into the joke goes in and then into the next thing. It's fluid. It's just one fluid motion. It's great. I love it. And that's what I love doing.
Yeah,
because it can't predict where it's going to go. Because after you say, like we're talking about the one-liner merchants before. It's just like done, and they get the rhythm, done, and you're like, and then after a while, it's like 30 minutes of that. They're just like, fuck, I can't.
But they also some people can now even though they've never heard the joke before, they now know what the punchline is going to be in a sense because they'll go, oh, you're going to say that now, oh, you're going to say that now, you know, and that's where I differ because I'll go, I was in the shops the other day, and this man came up to me. Oh, by the way, my gran's dead. Do you know the famous actress Meg Ryan? No, I meant my gran. Anyway, sorry. No, where was I? I was talking about Primark. That's where it was. Have you got a tattoo? Have you got a tattoo? I've got a tattoo. I've got a tattoo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's that kind of
scatological sort of thing. I mean,
and then you break into the bit going, sorry, I
keep using that word wrong.
Yeah.
Scatological.
It's
it's not shitological, but it's all it's
I tell the audience that I'll go look. That's when I say to the audience, I'm fucked up. I'll go, it's like a joke Tourette's, and that's what the joke about going. It's like joke Tourette's, but when I get nervous, I try and be funny. Clearly, I'm not nervous, and that's the little joke. And then I go into the voices in the head, and like how people kill. The voices are in my head, I must kill. And this is the new bit I made up on stage. It was when I went up to a guy and went, the voices in my head told me to kill you. You go, why did the voices in your head never tell you to clean the house? You know what I mean? Get a guy hoovering. All the voices in my head told me to hoover. Or painting the house. You know what I mean? Why are you walking the dog? Voices in my head. You know what I mean? It's always kill, murder. You know, and it's all that kind of weird.
And you get to create stuff more on stage as well because it's more fun. And they give you more license to do it, I guess.
Yeah.
Who was the person you like? Going, oh man, I love that. Is the first like model? I guess you kind of went, oh, that's the one I really love to do.
That's funny because I've never had a favourite. Fuck, I turned into William Shatner there. Favourite in the 90s. One of my favourite comedians when I used to get excited when he was on telly was Paul Merton. See, a lot of people automatically think that I'm a huge Robin Williams fan.
Yeah,
and I've just started to watch some of. I mean, I knew of him, and because I get compared quite a lot. But it was I loved Paul Merton. Lee Evans was great when he came out. He's not gay, but it's not wrong with being gay. I don't know why I'm doing this. And Bill Hicks wasn't funny, but he was a genius, and he did make you laugh, but he didn't make your belly laugh. But he came out with some amazing points. There's George Carlin, all these people that I loved watching.
So Paul Merton, you're saying was
Paul Merton was sorry, I'm going to
that's cool. No, that's cool. This was
I like how you looked at your watch and went, right, it was Paul Merton.
No, I was like, I
gotta get out of here, mate.
No.
That was great.
I mean, I should do the more obvious stuff. Like, I know, because I knew you're like myself. You're like a fly. Like, fucking, he's doing something over there.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
I can see out the corner of your eye.
Yeah.
Was it like so? Okay, so Paul Merton and the improv stuff, and I guess whose line is it anyway?
Whose line is it anyway? I loved that, and I loved watching what to call it. Have I got news for you? So I was kind of I'm not political, but that's why I like Paul Merton because he's not really political, but he was just quite
quick.
Yeah, and surreal.
It's some brilliant one-liner, just comebacks of like, so
amazing.
Even when he says, oh, just one of my favourite ones is this is back in the late 90s. I saw him go, oh, I just can't think of anything that's not funny, and that was just the so anti-comedy moment of him just saying can't think of anything that's not funny. It was just so against what, because everyone was kept topping each other in that episode. I was like, that's fucking brilliant.
And that's a natural mind, just you're watching it live in a sense be funny. You're watching live writing in your face, you know what I mean? There's no sitting down but his TV show was really funny as well. Funniest moments are
Del Boy falling back through the bar.
The funniest moments are especially in improv when you get caught out or somebody comes out of the zone or a mistake happens or I fucked that up. The real moment, even in comedy, sometimes you can't write something funnier than a fart, which is annoying as fuck. But you'll try your best, you'll try anything, you'll try and come out with the best line you've ever written. It's not as funny as somebody farting. You know what I mean?
Totally.
So they're fucking, it's
impossible, isn't it?
Nature's kicking our ass. Doesn't matter what you write, nature always go, I win. You know, you'll never laugh more than hearing somebody fart. Farts win. Even if you're at a funeral and you're just imagine looking at a coffin, a dead person, and just opening the right and going, oh look there, and all you hear is you would laugh.
Totally.
Farts are fucking.
Just get that's a good idea. Maybe like for my funeral, I might install a fart machine.
That'd be great.
And like so as soon as just during the eulogies. Like after each end of each eulogy, or like halfway through, just a perfect. I need to get some of the timing just right, just to get that done. That'd be great. And also, I'll get the as I'm being cremated, I'm gonna get AC/DC's "Burning Alive" soundtrack.
Awesome,
fucking brilliant.
Awesome. I was gonna get "I'm Living in a Box." Well, I was at a gig. It was in Southampton. The comedian was on smashing the gig. He was doing great, and then there was a silence, and he said something, and somebody farted, and it won the night.
No.
And it's the fuck. You can't unheckle it. I mean, you mention it, and you're still going to get laughs, but you're still. It's the farts.
Wow.
I hate farts. They're funnier than me.
That's it.
You know.
Damn it.
And it's just, and it does the same thing.
Did you think of a heckle comeback when you on the way home? Did you go, fucking damn?
No, you can't. I wasn't on stage at the time. It was another comic.
Oh, right,
I was just thinking,
man,
fucking farts.
killed it.
Yeah.
Did the comic mention it, or did he?
Oh yeah, you know what I mean. And it was
fuck.
funny because the comic was doing great afterwards.
Wow.
But the fart still got the biggest
Totally.
laugh. Outwitted by a fart again, and that's what annoys. It doesn't matter who you are in the planet. You could be the most unfunniest person, right? But you hold the funniest key. You hold
true.
every single person has the funniest thing. That's funnier than any comedian. Inside their asshole. You know?
A burp is very aggressive, isn't it?
Yeah, burps. Yeah,
because you can hide a burp, but
yeah.
a burp's like, it's still like, oh, that person's just being a fucking.
Yeah,
asshole.
burps.
But fart is
farts the
uncontrollable.
thing. Yeah.
You know, it's got to come out, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you don't know if it's like, if that was all there was, or is there something funny?
And there's different styles.
Yeah.
There's runny ones. There's the silent ones aren't funny.
No.
You know what I mean? But they're like, whoa.
Noxious.
But the noise, the butt cheeks applauding. You know what I mean? It's just
some power. It's
well
some
done,
as well.
Mother Nature.
There's confidence in that, isn't there?
Oh,
They're
yeah.
taking a chance because there's like, well, I'm just going to let this one go. Whatever happens, we'll leave it all out there.
I remember walking into this is how long ago it was, video store at the bottom of the hill town in Dundee. And then, old joke, fish at the bottom of the hill town. This old lady goes up to the fish and goes, "What are you doing?" And the fish goes, "Just waiting for my gills to open." That's a joke for Dundonians. There's a shop called McGill's at the bottom. So, at the bottom of the hill town, I walked into the video shop, and I always remember this how long ago. The guy had paedophile specs on, long mullet, and it was just me and my mate in the shop, and he fart. I mean, it shook the whole of the hill town, and he like that. And he just looked at us both and he just went, "Cheers, arse." And that was it. And we months we were laughing. Wow. I can never write that. Cheers, arse. What's the point?
The way he just delivered that as well. He knew that he was safe.
Oh yeah.
And if I let a fart like that go, I'd be like, well, I'm definitely going to shit myself.
That's it. That's it.
That's it now.
You know?
Am I just too proud?
I'm going to do the funny walk. Why do you do the funny walk when you've shot yourself?
Yeah, it doesn't help, does it?
No, because you've already shot yourself. Yeah. And what's worse is everybody else will then now know that you've shot yourself because you're the only one doing the funny walk. If you shot yourself, walk with confidence because it's over you now. Yeah. You know what I mean? You just walk with confidence, and then inside you're going, "I've really shot myself. This is horrible."
I think maybe the method is to sort of like, because I know it's going to come down either one leg or the other. So maybe it's to sort of like distribute the even amount of shit. I mean, maybe I'm taking the fun out of this, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. You just walk with confidence.
Yeah, it happens everywhere.
If you see somebody that's not bending their legs and they're walking, bending their knees, you go, "That's the person. That's the smell. That's where it's coming from."
That's it.
You know, or do what I do. Always stand beside. I used to always stand beside an ugly person when you're farting because they automatically just think it's them. And the only reason I know that is because even when I don't fart, I always get the blame.
Oh.
You know, that's what you do. It's like when I used to having a baby's great. I used to do it with the kids when you're in the lift. You could just let off a fart. It's great. You just let off a fart, and you just look at the child and look at everyone and go, "Sorry." You know what I mean? It's great.
That's great.
So always carry your own child, or if you're going to borrow a child, make sure that the parents have allowed it.
What I watched, he's talking about Ron Williams there. I watched the sketch when he's talking about Jesus and the 12 apostles, the Last Supper, and he's like, Peter's someone tonight is going to betray me. He's like, is it me? Peter says, "Is it me, Jesus?" He goes, no, Peter, it's not you. And then Paul says, is it me, Jesus? And Jesus says, "No, Paul, it's not you." And then Judas says, "Is it me, Jesus?" And then Judas says, "Is it me, Jesus?" It's so fucking good. It cracks me up, man. I love that joy in him. Like, it's so good. Like, you've done your show at Pirie the Fool, right? How many other shows have you done?
I did I Pirie the Fool, Let Us Pirie, and what was the other one? Hip Hip Pirie. There was the last one I did in 2013 was called Me. It was amazingly reviewed.
Oh, great.
No, it wasn't. I'm kidding. It was got fucking 1 star. And what's worse than a 1 star?
A 3-star?
No.
A no star?
No.
Oh, a 6-star?
No, 2.
A 2-star?
2 stars
Just
worse.
So close.
1 star's just, 2 stars go, oh, what a shame, bless. And you're like,
Why? Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why to give me a 1 star? If you don't give me fucking 2 stars, because 2 stars means this person isn't very good, but bless. 1 star is when this guy's a dick, he's a cunt, fuck him, he's shit. What is it? You know, 3 stars is you know, not my cup of tea. 4 stars is well done. 5 stars is get your cock out of my mouth. I got reviewed by a student who was an open spot for the Fest magazine, and it was moaning because I said dwarf in my act, and she didn't. It's fine, but she didn't mention the audience were really laughing, and it annoyed me. And she said I was misogynistic. That wasn't a review. That was just when I went up the road with her. And she said that I didn't do anything political. I didn't change the world. I didn't stand up against. She obviously went to see some. She wanted some, not even political. She wanted some kind of.
You're fighting the power sort of like thing, like, you know, So
I've had some shitty things happen in my life. I've had a strange upbringing, but I love my family. I'm an alcoholic. I've chose bad things, I've chose good things. I wasn't very good at school. Horrendous things happened now and again when I was a child. But I just like doing comedy to make people laugh. And my idea was to make people forget about the world for an hour. Some people want to moan about it. That's fine. There's great comedians that do that. I'm not that one. But supposedly that's not allowed in Edinburgh. You're not allowed to make people laugh.
You need to have a real emotional moment at the end or something. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm the same as you, Paul. Like, I try to do like I tried to do an emotional storytelling show. The first show I did, I don't have enough problems to fucking warrant. And well, like, you know, we've all got problems, like, and they're all relative. The biggest problem I've got is I got fucking eczema, and I can't do a fucking hour about eczema. Can I? Sponsored by E45. You know what I mean? It's like, but like, I know what you're saying, and there's that thing as well, that big thing as well that people say. It's like, oh, you know, you need to be vulnerable and show your pain. Yeah, but that's not always funny, and that's not always something that people can connect with. And also, like, there needs to be a fucking balance in the world of, like, you know, can't you just take it and go, oh, it's not one of those shows. It doesn't have to be. There's that fringe show idea, isn't it? Because your show, I guess, was just stand up. Just having fun. And
it was called Me, and it was about. That's not my real voice. It was, the first half was about a little bit about my childhood, about bullying and all that stuff. Then it just kind of went on where I was at that moment. It was kind of mashed together. Yeah, but it was all right. It was good fun. There was. The first section was about how I was bullied, so therefore you could probably feel a little bit sorry for me, I suppose, in it. But all that reviewer heard was me say dwarf and my wife, and she went, I hate him. He's making people laugh by using these words. And I'm just making people laugh. Nobody got hurt. Nothing against any race, any sex, or anything. It's just me going, here's what I think's funny. Nobody got hurt. And
here's what I think I am now, I guess, at the end. That's the kind of thing. That's the thing, isn't it? You gotta. I think that's what my show is. Okay, this is the origin. This is what I realised I am, and this is what I hopefully will do moving forward. But really, I'm just gonna be exactly the same as I fucking was to start with.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm fully formed, isn't it? But yeah, that's it. It's just like, so.
It's like people wanting family members to die so they can write an Edinburgh show. Yeah, why are you still alive?
Yeah, it's like ruining my life.
Yeah, it's like kids nowadays are like moaning at their parents for being nice. Why are you nice? I can't get on Britain's Got Talent. I'll never progress if you haven't died. Father, would you at least touch me? Show me your penis at least. Come on. You know, have a sister with cancer so she could die and I can get the fucking moments on telly. That's the problem.
Where's the joy, huh?
Where's the joy? You know what I mean? Moan at your parents for being nice. You know what I mean? Thanks, Mum and Dad, for being lovely. It doesn't work.
So you drew from that. So you had at least had an hour show of what your childhood and bullying and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, but it was the fun parts of it. I don't want to tell people.
No, you agree. Why reveal all that stuff?
Yeah, you know,
that's for the biography.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
you keep your powder dry.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, the powder dry. There's a line.
Hey, come on.
But oh, my phone's just run out of battery. That's what that is. 2% remaining. Tom Eaton's got hold of me. Instagram, Ross Leslie. These are all people. Can you put it on airplane mode?
Can you just smash it with a hammer?
Can you just
hammer
not
here.
use your fucking
This is
phone,
what
Paul?
this is for. Yeah.
It's a good thing you're not an air pilot and we're not 2 hours into the flight.
Yeah,
oh, by the way, the reason we're going down, I forgot to tell you this.
You need to put your table in the upright position.
Yeah. Sorry, you're not allowed bombs on the plane.
Yeah.
You know, I should have told you that before. We got a minute left.
Yeah. I've done 3 shows in for Edinburgh.
I did a 2-hander.
What was it called?
It was called Rehabs for Quitters. Then we did one for Glasgow, which was called... Now, I think this is a funny title nobody else did. And it was a poster. It was me and another comic called Keir McAllister. And we did Rehabs for Quitters in 2004. And then we did Glasgow one. And it was called Dare You Seesaw. There's a picture of me and him on a seesaw on a playground. And it's only because the film Saw came out. And the title was Dare You Seesaw.
Right. Nice.
So we thought, well, just Dare You Seesaw. Yeah. It's just us being brave and getting on a seesaw. But nobody came to that show. There we go. Oh, we had 5 people turned up. And that was
that? What room was that in?
That was, the Doublers. I can't remember. It was in Glasgow. I think it was just up from the stand at Woodlands Road. Can't remember the venue. I just remember sitting there and nobody turned up. We just went, well, that's that show done. You know?
Sold out. I mean, I don't think you'd ever have a problem, right, Paul? But this is a question I like to ask anyway. You go to see some mates or something, or you go to see some people, you kind of like the neighbours or something come around for something to eat or something, and you're like, okay, what is the story? I wouldn't say you probably... I mean, this is... I'm already breaking myself up with this question, but like, what was the story that you would probably tell them if the conversation was running like mud? It was like everyone was sharing stories. You go, okay, not that the conversation is running like mud now, just so I say.
Yeah. What would you break out for joke? Would you start going, fucking look at that over there? Air.
What would I talk about? Would you give is there any story that you'd crack out, like, you know, something, oh, fuck with this story, look at this happened to me the other day?
It's a weird one, because at dinner tables, because we live a life of comedy, loads of things happen. I remember doing a gig in the Middle East, and we couldn't get to the venue because we didn't have the right visas, so they sorted something out, but we had to sneak in the back door, and we were on the Queen's private jet.
Oh wow.
It's just for 25 minutes of flying from one part of the country to the other. And then there's times when you're with film stars, or you're this, and there's times when somebody broke a fight, there's times when a gig happened, and there's times when this happened. So it's hard, because sometimes you're sitting around a dinner table and one person will talk about a story that they dine out for years, and they'll go, and then Billy hit him. I remember he fell down. Oh yeah, and that was funny. And his trousers fell down. Oh, that was an amazing story. In the back of your head, sometimes you're going, oh jeez, I've got about 1 billion stories. So you don't want to
overtake the conversation.
You don't want to overtake your conversation, because that's their...
What's your your safe one, the safe mode? Go, okay, let's go safe mode. Just drop this one in here. Do you have anything?
I don't. I used to always talk about the first day I worked for Torith, which is on a building site as a labourer, and then I only lasted half a day and I walked out.
Go on.
But that takes a long... It's a long story. It involves me getting up at 6 a.m. I lived with my gran at the time, and she knew I was going to work as a labourer, and she's a very proud old lady. She was a very proud old lady, and I said I needed old clothes because I'm going on a building site, and my dad works in the music industry, so she went, oh, you never wear this, and it was an Elton John jumper. There's old boots, cowboy boots, that she gave me, and so I basically was going to turn up with an Elton John jumper and a pair of cowboy boots to, that's the start, and I'm sitting in this van and nobody's wanting to speak to anybody, and you have to sweep.
How old were you then? Like 13 or something?
No, I was about 18, 19. But it goes on forever. I mean, you'd have to be Dundonian to hear the story, but there was a lot of farming going on. There was a lot of I had the wrong spade, and it was sitting in the wrong seat and all that kind of stuff. I had Johnny C. Connie said there, Johnny Icich there. The story goes on for 8, so I won't tell it, but maybe I'll keep it for Edinburgh.
Okay, right, fair. Was it like, because I remember I started work on a building site, I was 13. Fuck, I couldn't lift anything. I was, bucket of cement. Oh, like I'd try and lift it up to the scaffolding all over me. I was more like I was there for pure comedy value. I was stuck at it for a few years, man. I was like,
so you did? I didn't even do a whole day. I walked out.
But like, in fairness, you hobbled yourself with the Elton John boots and the jumper, didn't you? So like, you're like but like, so that was your nickname already? You already had a nickname.
Yeah, exactly. I remember just seeing the gate. I felt like Nelson Mandela. You know what I mean? I was only there for 25 minutes, usually 25 years. And I remember just going, I'm going to go and walk out that gate.
Yeah.
You know, it was more than 25 minutes. It was half a day. And the guy said, "Where are you going?" I go, "I'm just going to go home." "You can't go home. What are you going home for? You can't go home." I went, "Yeah, I can."
Yeah.
Next him going, "That doesn't make any sense."
Yeah, totally.
But you can't just, you know what I mean? You can't, it's like, at the gate, I could just go. And like, you'll not get paid.
Yeah.
I walked home, phoned my gran, before mobile phone, phoned my gran from a phone box. I'm coming home. Didn't have any money. I was in Fife. In Fife's across the River Tay. So I walked home. It took me 4 hours to walk home. But it was the best walk ever. The day was shining. I saw dolphins in the Tay and everything like that. And it was amazing. I got home, Gran had me a white pudding supper.
Nice.
Fucking best walkout I've ever done in my life, man. Great. Goes up, but the story goes on for there's a lot of assholes in it.
Right,
you know?
yeah, great, yeah. Building site fuckers, like
that's just how you fucking sweep. You know what I mean?
I didn't talk to anyone for about 3 years.
That's what I was
told.
told.
I didn't talk to anyone for 3 years.
That's what I was told.
But I didn't know. I didn't think, because I was very shy, and I was like, let's not give them any fucking ammunition. I know enough to not say anything. And then they started going, "Oh, how's it going?" "Yeah, fine, yeah. Fuck off, like, I'm just mixing this. Yeah, don't fucking say a word, take it."
That was my advice to my stepfather. They got me the job, and he went, "Dinna talk to anybody, dinna say nothing, and dinna tell them that you're an actor or any shite like that. Just fucking go in and just sweep and do what you're told. This is the gaffer." No, he didn't. Gaffer wasn't there, because this is he told me his name. "Just do what you're told, and then just fuck off." It's like, alright. You know, just sitting there kind of just surrounded by men reading newspaper, page 3, it's fuck hard. And your head's going, "Mate, she wouldn't even you've no teeth. You've no teeth. She wouldn't go near you. You'd fucking you're gonna fucking hypnol your fucking coffee pot. You know, it's impossible, you know. Look at those poofs. Fucking you're going, really? Yeah. And then we're talking stereotype. First they're talking about the boxing and the football, and just, you know what I mean, all reading the Daily Star, and
it goes back like 40 years, isn't it, on the building site? You know, it's like the time just stands still there, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
And the first seat I sat on, can't I sit there? Yeah. Sorry, Billy's seat, not can't I sit there either. I ended up on the roof. You know what I mean? Just, it's fucking mental.
Paul, what do you do when you're not doing comedy?
But it's my life. Winter, that's what I
do. I'm an actor. I'm always in character.
I've never thought about that. I look after my family. I do the school run, like I was saying to you, do the school run, chill out for a bit, clean the house. I always think I'm doing a bit of writing, but I don't. I just make up stuff and go, that'll do. And I'll probably pick up the shit in the garden as well.
From your lovely greyhound Kiva.
Yes. Walk the dog as well. And I do a lot of charity shopping. I do love a good bargain, and then I go out and buy a few things and I'll resell it on eBay for a higher price. Yeah,
you're doing the old paperclip job, are you?
You know what I mean? I've seen there's a few charity shops around here that are run by the older generation, so they price things nicely. Like they'll do a leather jacket, let's say an All Saints leather jacket I bought a couple of months ago for $3.99, and then I sold it again for £70.
Oh, nice.
You know?
Oh, great, man. Yeah,
so
that's a bargain.
That kind of thing.
I guess because, as I say, this you're saying you're in an area that's surrounded by old people, aren't you, really? And like the amount of clothes they must take in from people moving on, like, you know, and they just be like, "Oh, great, this is," and all that stuff is continually recycling fashion-wise.
So I'm just going to buy it and resell it on eBay.
Yeah. Business
make a bit of smash, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'll do that, and sometimes I'll just jump on a train and go up to Rayleigh or something like that. But it's just basically house husband, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturdays, sometimes Sundays, gig, travel, megabus.
So, you know, my wife asked me the other day, said, you know, Winter, what do you like to do apart from comedy? Like, I think I started smoking at the years, you know, kind of going, I don't fucking, this is all I do now. I don't have any other thoughts in my head, which is kind of sad and like, and also great. But it's a joy, isn't it? It's a joy to do, and it's a privilege to do. But it's like, you know, fuck it. Well, isn't there something? There's something else, isn't there?
It's a hard question, isn't it? Because you go, no.
Yeah.
I do like, and I'm thinking, I do nunchucks, but I don't do that every single. I don't go right. So I'm just going to go and do my nunchucks, honey. I'll be back in 20 minutes. You know what I mean? You don't have any. But even food, sometimes you're thinking, I wonder if this would be funny if I I remember the first time I met my wife. It's the first time we'd kind of really had breakfast, and it was a fried egg. And I just picked up the fried egg and rubbed it all over my face. She laughed and thought it was the most disgusting thing. She said, I don't know, I hate disgusting eaters and but it's the food falling out of people's mouths. So I just went, is this alright? You know, so you're constantly
in that mode.
Yeah, do you ever turn it off? I like, it's like I talked before about joke Tourette's. Even in the situations where you're not meant to be funny, because I get nervous. My defence mechanisms is humour. When I first went I talk about this in my act sometimes. When I first went to A.A, somebody said I was fucked up, and I was in a horrible way. But I went up to one of the guys there, and I didn't want to speak to anybody, and I went, "Can I have a coffee, please?" And the guy went, "Help yourself." And my comedy mind just went, "I can't. That's why I'm fucking here." Do you know what I mean? And it was just even that you're just trying to be funny. So I don't know.
Just relax yourself, isn't it? It's got, okay, I've said that now, let it out. I mean, I've never been to AA or anything like that, but like, I have a lot of time misspent youth. Some people talk about their stories and stuff. You're like, that's a fucking great story. God damn it!
Yeah.
I've got to go up next. You got to top that.
Yeah.
Is there like? I'm not making numbers. Right? It's not on the system. I don't shit on the system. It's like, is there like going? Oh fuck! I've got to follow that guy now. Fuck! Surely he should have been closing this game.
Yeah, it's like that. There's times when you go up and go. Before you say it, you go, right, I'm going to say, right, this is how I'm feeling. I'm an alcoholic. I was in Edinburgh, and I woke up on my friend's floor, and I realised I had no money, and I'd spent all the money again. It was all the lies I was going through. And then you get some guy before you just goes, hi, it was ever since I was touched as a child, and then when my house went on fire and I lost all my whole family, you go, oh fuck you and you're fucking messed up. I shouldn't even be here now, you dick. You put me right off. You know what I mean?
And he turns around and does a fart on command.
Yeah, it does a farts, yeah. Farts the noise. You know what I mean?
Gets carried out of the fucking place. You're like,
you know,
fuck, he took everything. Took everything.
You just
one pro,
or just didn't make up this. Too much, just making up the story. I was just going, oh shit, he's fucking. Well, I don't even sound like an alcoholic anymore. That's amazing. Shit, what do you? Oh, I remember I got fucked by my dog, and then I realised that my dog had eaten all my family. You know what I mean? And that's why I started being top that one with your thing. You know, it can't be like that. You know what I mean?
You just judge your room and go, who wants to go first? Oh fuck, I'm going first. That guy's here today.
No,
fuck this guy. I'm not following that
family's on. Shit, let's.
I mean, he's still actually on fire in the corner.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that's it.
He's still just boots up his stump instead of his hand. I'm an alcoholic. Oh fuck you!
Totally.
It's like when you go to the really old ones and the guys kind of wheeling with no legs, no arms, and like they're blind and everything like. I stopped drinking 25 years ago, and you're going. Yeah, what seems to be? I lost my arms and my legs and my teeth, and I've no eyes. I'm completely blind, but I'm glad I don't drink anymore. Oh, fuck you, and you're happy.
Doesn't even have a voice either. He's got to press it out on one of those electronic keyboards to fucking to get it done.
Or just somebody else standing in for somebody. Hi, I'm not an alcoholic. I'm just here standing in for John, who is one, but he's just a pair of eyeballs just now. You know what I mean?
He's in a jar over there.
Just, you know what I mean? Oh, fuck you and your eyeballs.
Damn it! I always want someone to fucking top my story. There's always
funny.
one fucker. That's what it is. So what's the aim this year then, Paul? You got a goal? Or I'm not saying I've got to have to have a goal. No, what's the
goal? Well, it's just to be a set of eyeballs and a
just to win
glass.
To
win in the just look at, I deserve this badge. I don't know. It's coming up for 2 years in August.
Oh, well done, man.
I don't know. I never want to say because it might not happen.
Sure.
I know what it is. You know.
That's fair.
And when it happens, I'll go, it's happening.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, you'll know because I'll be dangling in an AA meeting. Going, I never got what I wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just one eyeball. Yeah.
Hanging myself with my eyeball. I hung myself with my eyeball because I never got anything.
Yeah. I mean, you'll just
beat that one.
I think you can top it by just being an eyeball with a pair of glasses.
Yeah. Good. Not only my eyeball, I still need specs.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And my jar has got a crack in it, so fuck you.
Fuck you in your ways.
And so, what have you got? Are you writing a show for any?
I might do Edinburgh next year. I'm just waiting for my parents to die.
Right, fair. Well, left the gas on. It's fine.
Exactly. You know. So I'm not going to do it this year. I might do it next year. I will do it next year. And tomorrow I'm not gigging. Friday I was meant to be gigging, but because my son's doing these SATs, I couldn't get a babysitter. He's got to get in early and I've got to get back. he's coming back later, my wife's coming back later, so I've had to hate it, but I've had to pull out a gig. Unless something comes in London. Next week I'm off to Cyprus for a few days, gigging in there.
Great, man. So what, do you know the name of the show, or are you just kind of feeling out and next year, or, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I know what I'm kind of. Yeah, I mean, yeah. But don't call it Me Too.
And they'd be worried
Fucking hell, yeah.
that, like, that woman might come to the show again. What the hell?
Imagine getting that completely wrong, yeah, because my first show was called Me. But just because it's the second one, calling it Me Too. Hashtag Me Too. But there's the second part. I'm not going to fuck any women behind her back.
I think that would be funny, though, just for her. I mean, it wouldn't be for anyone else, but just for that, that inside joke that would just
Me Too,
people come to it.
And the thing is, I think maybe some people turned up because they thought it was probably about some kind of ME. The disease where you're really tired all the time. Yeah, that's right. You know,
yeah, right.
So people turn up and he doesn't mention multiple in the slightest. You didn't.
And also they'll be thinking like, Jesus Christ, I thought this show was about me. I've gotten up especially. I've how much energy it took me to get here. And then you're just there going, me. and they're like, so tired. I thought this was going to be
a joke there. What's it called?
ME.
Well, yeah, but what's
Michael Mee does a joke. The guy from a Cork comedian, and he says, you know, because his name is Me, and he says, you know, my wife had they thought my wife's got ME. Actually, no, she just got Me.
Anyway,
and that's like Mimi from is it Muppets?
Me. Yeah. What's that?
That's Beaker. Is it Beaker?
Beaker.
So that's the show in 2 years, and you go to Cyprus. Gotta go rewind a little bit because I really like so your dad was like was a musician.
No, he's a stage manager.
Stage manager, right? Yeah. Okay. And your mum was what?
She was a waitress in a cocktail bar. No, no kidding. Human League. There was a waitress in. She works in retail. Yeah. She still does work in retail, and she's about to get remarried in the end of this month. That's what I'm doing. The end of this month, giving my mum away. Dad lives in Australia, but he's coming here tomorrow.
Part of Australia?
Sydney.
Oh, okay, great. So you go back for gigs and stuff as well?
Not really. I haven't been to Australia since 2000 and I think it was 8 or 9. We all went because my wife's mum used to live out there with her partner Steve, so we went to see them in Perth. That was great. She was meant to be coming down. She phoned me today and said, this is what's nice about family sometimes. My wife's mum, my mother-in-law, phoned out the blue and just said, what are you up to? And I said, no, she didn't. She said, are you in? And I said, yes. And she goes, I was just going to pop down. And I said, oh, why are we going to pop down? She said, just because I was in passing. That's nice.
Yeah, totally.
And that's when you feel really welcome. And I said, well, I'm doing a podcast thing. Do you want to come later? And she said, she can't. Yeah, so she said she'd listen to it. So there's a wee mention.
So went into comedy or like performance, your parents were like, oh yeah, go for your life, or was it like,
they
shit,
couldn't give a shit? No, they couldn't. Could they? I don't know. My gran brought me up a lot. She I lived with her for a while because mum and dad didn't like each other, and they kind of went. I've got two sisters as well, and they went Lee and Cara. And we kind of just thought, well, stay with gran because that'll makes life easier. And grannies are got a nicer touch. I didn't mean she felt my balls, and so gran kind of brought me up, but she just gran's morals, you know. There's no way you could ever be talented to your gran because that's magical people. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So if you go, you can't do that. You know, no, it's them on the telly.
That's right.
You know, they weren't born on the television, gran. You know, she doesn't.
There's no route for them either. There was no route for them. You know, but that's the mentality is like. There's no way for you to get there. You need to be born into that, or like, you know, or or given a golden chalice of some kind, and you know the scepter. Oh, you have the fleece.
That's what she thought. Yeah. So she was.
She's apprehensive, but it's worried, I guess. Isn't
of course, 100%. 100%, and it was all that. So you take it in a little bit, and then it goes out, and then you just keep doing it.
Carry on, man. That's it. So Paul, I think we've reached the end now. I think we've done well.
It's the end.
I think it was great. I really enjoyed it. I had a great time.
Thank you.
And I'll ask you, where can we find you?
I'm here. Look.
I know you're here. I know where you live now.
I don't even have my diary. Sorry. Instagram. I'm new to Instagram. So it's Paul Pirie, Pirie, like the sauce, but with an E. I'm on Facebook, Paul Pirie. I'm on Twitter, Paul Pirie. I'm on the register, Paul. I'm kidding. And that's it, really. And if you want to book me, go through Gag Reflex, because they've got all my dates and stuff like that. So I'm with Gag Reflex. You're awesome. It's my agent. You're brilliant. So, yeah, boy.
Hey, Paul, thanks for coming to the show, man. It's real fun.
Thank you for having me.
And that was episode 69. Woo! I'm such a child. With the very funny Paul Pirie. I hope you enjoyed that one, guys. I've been really blessed with guests on this podcast, and that rhymes. And Paul Pirie and his dog Kiva were brilliant. They were great guests. I didn't realize I'd have a dog on the podcast, but you know what, right? It was an event. It was really an event. It was great fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope you did too. If you want to follow Paul, all the details are at the end of the podcast. And if you want to book him, he's managed by Gag Reflex. Or if you want to come see him live, he's actually doing my gig in Boxmoor / Hemel Hempstead on the 19th of May 2020. Doors open at 7:30, and he will be closing that gig. He's absolutely excellent. Rubber-faced clown, Scottish Comedian of the Year 2006, Paul Pirie. If you want to follow this podcast, we're on Instagram at Winter Dominus. If you want to follow me and see my live stand-up gig dates, you can follow them online, which is winterdominus.co.uk. I've also got a show coming up called Squeaky in the Museum of Comedy at 7 o'clock on the 28th of February. So 28th of February, 7 o'clock, Squeaky in the Museum of Comedy. It's not a massive room, so you need to book your tickets as soon as possible. £7.50 plus booking fee. The Museum of Comedy, 7 p.m, 28th of February, Squeaky. Also, if you want to donate to the podcast, you can. Go to Patreon, type in The Comedy Defect Podcast, and donate as little as £1, or the price of a coffee, or a beer. Or if you see me at a gig, you can place that money into my hand. It's really appreciated. That has happened a few times. So I'm not going to talk for too much longer. All I'm going to say is the next podcast we've got is the end of February, and that will be the last Wednesday of the month, as usual, with the very funny Steve Gribben, musical comedian. He's a Scouser. He was voted Comedian's Comedian, I think 2018. He's an excellent comedian. I've shared many a car journey with him. So that is in February, and that is something to look forward to. But there are some other special guests later in the year that will be coming on, so stay tuned. And that's it from this episode of The Comedy Defect. As I say, it's the start of the year. Just ease yourself into it. See you in February.